Phosphor Dot friends, Earl at thelogbook.com, back for another session of Project Space Station on the Apple II. I love this game so much, even if I forget how to play it and then make stupid rookie mistakes. I am in the process of moving crew members from the shuttle to the station so I can land the shuttle. Oh, that is right. I do need to land the shuttle that's in orbit, not the one that's already on the ground. You know what I was just saying about rookie mistakes? Maybe I should shut up and play. The problem is the game has virtually no sound, and so this would be an extremely boring video if I were to clam up on you. So, we left 4 people on the station. A crew of 2 on the shuttle to land it. You have to have a minimum crew of 2 to land the shuttle. And now we can kind of take our time a bit before we launch another mission, because launching and landing, that's expensive. That is really expensive. It's where you burn up a lot of your money here. If you can get a crew on the station, if you can stock the station with if you can stock the station with satellites to launch, then you don't have to have a shuttle in orbit. These guys who are already up here at the station can clean out the space debris. Dump it into the Earth's atmosphere to burn up. All without having to launch a shuttle every couple of weeks, as you kind of do in the early phases of the game. Now, I am going to want to bring another shuttle up here soonish, because we want to get the laboratory module up here and start doing science. And that's doing scientific research on the station that may have commercial applications. That's where the real money is made in the game. Now, like I said, the satellite launches are door dashing. That's not... Satellite launches alone will not sustain your space program throughout the game. You need to graduate from the door dashing to something a bit more permanent. And hey, I have to do DoorDash all the time because I don't have a working vehicle, so I am absolutely not crapping on DoorDash at all. I love DoorDash people. You keep me fed, you keep me from starving, so let me put that out there. But you do have to add to your short-term income boosts, the satellite launches, with research projects. That requires a laboratory module, and that requires you start targeting who you hire for crew members, because you have to have people with specific scientific disciplines for research projects to work. Although sometimes you can put someone on a project who has good leadership qualities or good organizational qualities or stuff like that that may be needed to turn a project around. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. Right now, we're cleaning up the trash. You may have noticed, there's a phrase that usually deals with dating, and that is that somebody has a type. I have a type of game that I like, and it tends to be resource management in space. And that obsession really started here. Deploy satellite to geosynchronous orbit. Okay, I'm on it. More space junk has arrived. I'm too far. I'm right there. All right. So in addition to the lab module, we need to get more satellites up here. You never want to run out of those. And so that is why I always advise in the early stages of the game, you're just bringing satellites up here and parking them by the station. Even if you don't need them right away, bring them up, park them by the station. Because that way, they're already there. And you can just run over there like I just did and make a buck. Pod fuel level low. Okay, well, it's a good thing that Home Sweet Home is right over here. Let's go look at that next launch. It's actually not scheduled until January of '88. Have I bought a lab module? I don't think I have. Definitely want to keep bringing fuel tanks. Okay. Let's not move that up yet. We need more equipment. We're going to have to start getting... We're going to have to pick research projects. We need a lab module. I can't afford a lab module. Okay, let's look at the budget. Gonna have to do that. And you can see our funds available up there. Ugh, not looking great. This is getting painful. Alright. Oh, why am I putting them on that flight? Dip. I'm awake, I promise. Okay, that will have to wait for another flight. Now, let's start looking at R&D projects. Solar flare predicted to occur in 7 days. Not a problem. There is an emergency module on the station. Okay, so we will need an agronomist, an environmentalist, a geologist, and a general research pack. Deploy satellite to low orbit. No laboratory module is available. Okay. Crop inventory seems like a good low-hanging fruit. So that will probably be where we start. Let's put a satellite in low orbit, shall we? And we can pick up some more space trash to bide our time until the next shuttle launch. Boom. That was easy. But now you see why I took up so much of the next shuttle's cargo bay with more satellites and more payload assist modules. Because you don't want to be a chump sitting in orbit getting a request to launch a satellite and you're like, "Dope, I have no satellites." That would be bad. So much space junk. Satellite deployment added to budget. What I was saying earlier, I seem to have a type of game, and this would be it. You think about some of the other games I've played in the past that require multiple sessions, and I don't mind giving them multiple sessions. Think about Surviving Mars or Aven Colony. And yeah, you get a picture of a guy who definitely has a type. Entire crew survived solar flare. That's the kind of news I like to hear. Yikes. That is a lot of space potatoes. Well, let's start deorbiting the space potatoes. Kind of the reason that I have parked my project space station long plays on the weekend is that they're optional. If you don't feel like watching this, you are under absolutely no obligation. I just enjoy it. And if I'm playing it, I might as well do a video of it. More space debris has entered space station orbit. And that's probably it right over there. More space debris. But with our January 88 launch, we do want to get research started. And that's a thing that has to be funded as well. And so we will find out very soon if the decisions I made early in the game about budgeting bear out. They may be a road to disaster. They already have been for a couple of people. Or, you know, at least how I play the game has been disastrous for a couple of our in-game characters. Pod fuel level low. Oh, you know what? My buddy's right up here. I bet I can refuel the pod. How much are you refueling the pod? That's the real question. See, it's going up. I think it's going up. Yes, it is. You just have to give it time. Too bad there's no oxygen tanks that you can park around there, but guess that would make things a little too easy, wouldn't it? So even if you do refuel, you could still have a crisis on your hand in very short order. As you can see, this dude's been out here in this pod for days doing this. So this really does pass a lot of time in the game to go out and pick up the trash. Okay. What about this one? More space debris. Oi, always with the space debris. Again with the space debris. It's almost Christmas Eve. Dude's gonna be waving to Santa. How are we on oxygen? Let's go ahead and get back to the station. Yeah, Christmas Eve. Okay, so our launch is still on track. Bringing up the lab module. More of those tasty, tasty satellites. And then we can get some R&D started. Sounds like a plan.